stop everything. Because what just went down in a Florida courtroom today is unbelievable, unhinged, and absolutely illegal. Sean Kingston and his mother literally lost it in front of the judge and, y'all, this wasn't just some side eye or slick comment, ... They went off. Physically. Yes, reports say Sean Kingston and his mom lunged at the judge after hearing a decision that completely shook their world. The courtroom went silent for 2 seconds. And then all hell broke loose. Bailiffs scrambling, lawyers shouting, phones snatched, screams echoing through the chamber, and the kicker. There's video, leaked from inside the courtroom. The clip has already gone viral on X Twitter, with millions of views and fans screaming, "Jail them both." But what made Sean and his mother snap like that? What ruling pushed them over the edge? And did they really just throw away the last shred of legal mercy they had left? Stay locked in. Because this isn't just a meltdown, this might be the moment that seals their fate forever. Let's rewind the tape. Because this courtroom disaster didn't come out of nowhere. Nah, baby. This has been building up for months, some would say years, and anyone who's been keeping up with Sean Kingston's roller coaster of lawsuits, allegations, and legal drama could see this breakdown coming from a mile away. So, let's set the scene. Sean Kingston, known for early 2000s hits like Beautiful Girls and Fire Burning, once had the world singing along and vibing to his reggae pop style. But lately, it hasn't been about the music. It's been about fraud schemes, unpaid bills, and now, salting a judge. And y'all, his mama was right there beside him the whole time. That's right, Janice Turner. Sean's mother and longtime business manager has been deeply entangled in the same controversies. From the alleged luxury appliance scams, to reports of using fake wire transfers to get furniture, jewelry, and studio equipment. Their names have been splashed across court documents like it's an episode of Law and Order, Hip-Hop Edition. Remember back in early 2024 when cops raided Sean's Florida mansion? That wasn't just about one case, was the result of a multi-agency investigation into Sean's lifestyle and spending, and how so many vendors were allegedly left unpaid while Sean flaunted designer chains, exotic pets, and Rolls-Royces. Online. Court records showed tens of thousands in back payments for tech equipment, sound systems, and more. One company claimed Sean paid them with a fake wire transfer slip. Another said Janice promised to follow up with payment, but then ghosted them entirely. It was a pattern, and it kept growing. Now, here's the part that really got people watching closely. According to insider sources, Janice, Sean's mother, had been co-signing and approving major purchases under business accounts tied to Kingston Enterprises, all while knowing full well the funds weren't real. But instead of owning up, the Kingston team went full defensive mode. They denied everything, called the lawsuits a money grab, and even hinted that racism was at play in the investigations. Sean himself hopped on IG Live in March 2025 saying, "Y'all really believe I got a scam to get a TV? Man, be serious. I'm rich." Oh really? Because that same week, the Florida Attorney General's office filed felony charges for grand theft, fraud, and misrepresentation, naming both Sean and his mama as co-defendants. The documents were scathing. Prosecutors claimed this wasn't just sloppy business, it was organized, deliberate deception. One statement read, "The defendants engaged inconsistent behavior designed to defraud vendors through false payment confirmations, fake bank slips, and verbal manipulation." And it all led to this trial, the one that just exploded in that now viral courtroom scene. See, today's hearing was supposed to be routine. It's just a pre-sentencing hearing after Sean's team had filed a motion to reduce the charges and negotiate down the restitution. They thought the judge would go easy. Maybe a slap on the wrist, some probation, a fine, something light. But baby, the judge was not having it. After reviewing the evidence, over 230 pages worth plus sworn testimony from at least 6 scammed vendors, the judge delivered a brutal statement. This court finds the behavior of both Mr. Kingston and Ms. Turner to be calculated, remorseless, and deeply troubling. And then came the ruling. Motion denied. Full charges remain. Recommendation to pursue. Maximum sentencing with additional charges for obstruction based on newly submitted evidence. And just like that, boom. That's when Sean reportedly stood up, shouted something about being targeted and being lied to by his lawyer. And then Janice tried to grab the judge's folder off the bench. Yes, in court. In front of cameras, and in front of U.S. Marshals, who immediately grabbed them both and began detaining Sean on the spot. The courtroom erupted. Someone screamed. Phones were flying out to record the chaos, and within minutes, the clip hit. Social media #Sean Kingston arrested #Free Janice, #Judge Kingston Showdown, all trending and baby. This was just the beginning. Because, according to legal experts watching the live stream, that little outburst could result in additional federal charges for contempt of court, interference, and even threats against a judge. This ain't just drama. Anymore, this is jail time. Real jail time. But there's more. Because leaked court audio and backstage reports from the bailiffs hint at something even darker coming next. Y'all better hold on to your wigs, edges, and moral compasses, because what came out of Janice Turner's mouth as she was being dragged out that courtroom? It wasn't just embarrassing, it was a full-blown nuclear meltdown. And it's got people pointing fingers at everyone from Sean's legal team to Diddy himself. Yes, Diddy. So let's rewind. The judge just read the ruling. No mercy. Full charges, maximum penalty in play. And instead of sitting down and processing like most people would, Sean jumped up, yelling something about, "This was never part of the deal." But it was what Janice did next that got people's jaws on the damn floor. Insiders say she lunged for the bench like physically tried to snatch the paperwork from the judge's desk while yelling, "You said you'd protect him. You made us." The promise. The entire courtroom froze. Security didn't even know what to do for a solid 3 seconds. Then it was chaos. Marshals rushed forward. One grabbed Sean while another pulled Janice back. Her wig snatched. Her heels broken. Her image as just the sweet, supportive mama gone with the wind. But here's the wildest part. As they were hauling her out the side door, sources inside the courtroom swear she screamed, "IT wasn't supposed to be us. CALLPUFF, he owes us this. WHEWWWW." The moment that leaked, social media went into meltdown mode. Did Janice just say Diddy was involved? What does Puff have to do with Sean's fraud case? Y'all, here's where the plot gets thicker than a Waffle House plate at 2 a.m. Let's talk about the industry favors theory. According to an anonymous ex-assistant who spoke to the Shade Post, Sean and Janice allegedly had deep industry ties, going back years, especially with high-level execs and media moguls who helped them clean up messes in the past. One of those connections? P. Diddy himself. The assistant claimed Janice once bragged that Puff took care of us in 2016 when that jewelry situation almost got out. Another claim that Sean was on retainer for certain private performances and appearances with hush money involved whenever things got messy. So when Janice shouted his name in court, fans put 2 and 2 together real quick. One viral tweet said, "Janice yelling out Diddy's name mid-arrest is crazier than anything I've seen this year. This ain't a fraud case anymore, this is a cover-up unraveling." And then came the leaked audio. Yup, a courtroom intern who's since been fired leaked audio from inside the judge's chamber just before the session started. In that clip, you can clearly hear Janice's voice saying, We were told this would be handled. That if Sean pled quiet and stayed offline, y'all would reduce the charges. To which the judge reportedly replied, "This is a court of law. Ms. Turner, not a negotiation table for celebrity favors." The arrogance, the entitlement, the straight-up audacity. But WAIT Sean wasn't about to go down without dragging others too, as he was escorted in cuffs through the hallway. While fans shouted and cameras flashed, he was overheard yelling at his own lawyer, "This is your fault. You told me the label would clean this up." The label? Oh baby. Now the record companies are shaking in their luxury boots, allegedly. Sean's new distribution deal had been heavily subsidized by a quiet joint venture between two major hip-hop labels. Why? Because he had unreleased music with several high-profile features, including one track with a certain chart-topping rapper, who just signed a $30 million touring deal. Industry insiders are now whispering that if Sean goes down, other names might get dragged with him, but we're not done yet, because in the middle of all this courtroom chaos, a new player stepped into the spotlight, and it's someone nitrogen monoxide one expected. Sean's former assistant, Tiana S., popped up on Instagram Live just hours after the video of the courtroom attack went viral. And baby, she had receipts. Tiana spilled everything from the fake wire transfers to the designer clothing, rental scams to the celebrity gift suite manipulation, where Sean and Janice would pose as event hosts and walk away with thousands in unreturned high-end products. But what had people gagged was this: they even faked an entire partnership with a laptop company once, sent out fake press releases through a launch party, but never signed a deal. They just wanted the free laptops. That's how deep it goes. The lies, the schemes, the disrespect for the game. And now with the courtroom meltdown officially trending on every platform, TikTok, X, IG, YouTube, people are calling this the downfall of the Kingston legacy. But here's what y'all really need to know. That courtroom incident? It triggered a new hearing, because attacking a judge and disrupting a court session isn't just contempt. It could mean federal time. So now, prosecutors are reopening several investigations tied to Sean's prior financial history, including one case from 2019 that was quietly dismissed. And guess what? That case also allegedly involved Diddy's private legal team. Okay, grab your popcorn and charge your phone, 'cause what happened next sent the entire internet into a spiral. Just when fans thought the courtroom meltdown was the peak of the drama, boom, the feds came knocking with a file so thick it needed its own zip code. And inside, a paper trail that didn't just connect Sean and Janice. It hinted at something much bigger. Now let's talk about this federal indictment leak, according to the Buzz Files. A credible leak from within the U.S. Attorney's Office revealed that Sean Kingston's outburst might have triggered the reopening of an entire investigation into fraudulent entertainment contracts across the Southeast. Multiple artists, multiple scams, multiple lawsuits, and allegedly, one entertainment mogul was at the top of the list. Why? All already know who fans started pointing to: Diddy. But wait, it gets deeper. That same night, a mysterious 23-page document started circulating on X, Twitter, and Reddit, titled Kingston Project, Internal Summary Confidential. The document, partially redacted, included alleged wire transfers, offshore account activity, and even a bizarre memo about a private Bahamian tech showcase Sean and Janice supposedly hosted for influencers but never paid the venue. Fans lost it. The Kingston family were running a whole black market boutique for fake clout. This is some Anna Delvey meets Murder Inc. energy. And then came the celebrity reactions. Rapper Boosie hopped on IG Live first and said, "Ain't no way y'all attacking judges now. Man, this game done changed. Mama wildin' like she the plug too. Nah, Then 50 Cent couldn't help himself. He posted a meme of Sean and Janice photoshopped in orange jumpsuits with the caption, "Y'all gone, learn today. Messin' with the law like it's love and hip-hop." Even Cardi B chimed in via Twitter, now X, writing, "There's bold. Then there's bald-headed behavior." That courtroom moment was wild. But it was Tasha K who really blew the lid open. On her exclusive YouTube livestream titled, "I Warned Y'all Kingston Family Been Dirty," she dropped new alleged receipts from a former VH1 producer who claimed that Janice once bragged about helping cover up Sean's drama back in 2017 by threatening to leak footage of another reality star in a compromising position unless they stayed quiet. Yup, blackmail. And according to Tasha, the footage was allegedly handed over to someone at Revolt TV, where it mysteriously disappeared. The plot? Now thicker than ever. And if you thought fans were chillin'? Nope. They've already spun up full-on conspiracy theories under hashtags, like hashtag Kingston Clout Cartel and hashtag JaniceGate, some of the most viral ones. Theory 1. The judge was the fall guy. Fans believe the judge was just enforcing a deeper government move against hip-hop figures tied to financial scams. One tweet said, "They ain't mad at the judge. They're mad they couldn't buy their way out this time." Theory 2. Diddy's favor network is real. This theory claims multiple artists have used legal favors in exchange for silence, loyalty, or business deals. Janice shouting his name. That was the whistle. Theory 3. VH1 and Bet helped hide crimes. Y'all? This one blew up fast. Users claim reality shows like LHH and Cribs romanticized artists who are actively committing fraud behind the scenes, propping up false images and selling fake wealth to fans, all while protecting stars from exposure. But then came the biggest leak of all. An anonymous audio clip hit X around midnight, allegedly recorded during a damage control meeting between Sean's legal team and two unnamed executives from a major streaming platform. In the clip, a male voice can be heard saying, "If this gets out, the entire licensing deal is dead. Pull the feature credits and bury the rollout." What fans now believe Sean had unreleased tracks with artists under contract at that streaming service. And if those deals collapse, the whole house of cards comes crashing down. And y'all, that's exactly what's happening. As of now, 3 companies have paused all Sean Kingston-related projects, including a biopic deal with a major film studio, a licensing deal for unreleased music from 2022, and a rumored NFT drop that was supposed to go live this fall. Every deal frozen. Janice's name blacklisted. Sean's single quotes lawyer Mia and reportedly replaced. And the cherry on top, a new court date has been set, not just for contempt but for perjury and obstruction of justice based on the statements Janice allegedly made in leaked recordings. Now that's real time. So while Janice and Sean sit in their respective cells waiting for the next hearing, the public is sitting on edge, wondering who's getting exposed next. What artist is going to get dragged into this next wave of indictments? And most importantly, will someone finally speak on what Janice meant when she screamed, "Call Puffy owes us this"? Because that's the sentence that might blow this whole thing wide open. Y'all, the internet has completely exploded. Like there is no coming back from this kind of heat. What started as a courtroom outburst from Sean Kingston and his mother Janice Turner has now turned into the wildest public takedown of a hip-hop artist and his family that we've seen in years. Let's start with the social media firestorm. Twitter, AKX, is in full-on meltdown mode, and the trending hashtags tell the whole story. Hashtag Kingston Meltdown, hash JaniceGate, hash CallPuff, hash FBI, watching now, hash the fraud files, and y'all know when 50 Cent is trending, and Boosie is live within the same hour. Something catastrophic just went down. TikTok sleuths. Baby, they've got side-by-sides, courtroom reenactments, and deep-dive conspiracy videos flooding For You pages like digital detectives in designer wigs. One video with 2.4 million views shows Janice mouthing something to Sean right before she launched into that attack and the lip readers. They say she said, "Do it now, they're going to lock us up anyway." Excuse me. Another TikTok has nearly 4 million views with a creator saying, "Y'all remember when Janice said they taught DJ Khaled how to hustle?" I think she meant something way deeper than music. Meanwhile, the news media is going nuclear. Major networks like CNN, TMZ, and even MSNBC have run breaking reports analyzing the courtroom footage, the financial leaks, and that wild quote about Puff Daddy. MSNBC's legal analyst even said, if this isn't RICO adjacent, it's at least in the same group chat. The Shade Room? Ooh! They posted back-to-back slides covering the leaked Kingston project. DHA full breakdown of Sean's previous lawsuit, say. Side-eye analysis of Janice's real estate holdings and a carousel of celebrity reactions that read like a hit list of hip-hop's messiest messes. Famous reactions pouring in include Charlemagne Thaw. God, this some generational clout fraud. We used to lie about chains, now it's whole empires. Whole empires. Funk Flex. Y'all not rappers. Y'all scammers with a SoundCloud login. Angela Yee. We've heard things for years, but never thought it would unravel like this. Kick Palmer. Yes. Kick. I hope that judge is okay. And somebody check on that court clerk, 'cause she ran. But what's got people really gagging is how the music industry is turning its back so fast. It's giving whiplash. One major label insider anonymously told The Bazorum Live, Sean's been skating on thin ice for years. The courtroom moment was the excuse we needed to cut ties without backlash. Spotify quietly removed him from 3 algorithmic playlists. Apple Music dropped his face from the homepage carousel. Even his old features are disappearing from YouTube. Search results. One Reddit thread with 20,000 upvotes was titled, "They're Thanos snapping Sean out of the internet." And let's talk fans for a second, because they are having a field day with the drama. People are making memes of Sean and Janice photoshopped as Bonnie and Clyde in orange jumpsuits. Writing in orange jumpsuits. Writing, selling call, Puff. He owes us t-shirts and mugs online and even staging fake courtroom reenactments on TikTok. But y'all, it's not just jokes. There's a growing number of fans who feel betrayed, especially those who supported Sean's come-up story. Remember, his beautiful girls era. He was the poster child for innocent, summer vibe music. Now fans are re-watching those old videos with a whole new lens. One fan tweeted, "All that smiley, good vibe stuff was a mask." Meanwhile, he and his mama were allegedly laundering clout like it was detergent. And finally, an exclusive Instagram Live from Erica Banks, who once did a short collab with Sean in 2021, revealed something even darker. She said, "There were always whispers about money being funny on his side, but I kept it moving. Now I'm just glad I never signed anything." What? And we can't ignore what went down on Clubhouse either. A private room titled Industry Secrets. Sean Kingston was never who we thought. Had over 3,000 people tuned in, including a former Def Jam A&R, a ghostwriter who claimed Sean never wrote a word, a backup dancer from his last tour who said, "We still haven't been paid." This ain't just public backlash, y'all. This is a full industry excommunication. And as if that wasn't messy enough, a new leak just dropped that could flip this entire saga again. Just when the internet thought it had already seen the wildest plot twist of this entire scandal, baby. No one was ready for this, because a brand new leaked audio just surfaced, and it changes everything. Let's rewind to the courtroom. Chaos. Remember when Janice Turner, Sean Kingston's mother, was restrained by bailiffs, still screaming, "Call Puff. He owes us," while flailing in handcuffs? Yeah, turns out those words weren't random. They were a warning. A leaked voicemail was just sent anonymously to Hip Hop Snitch Daily. And in this recording, Janice can be heard telling someone, "We held up our end. We kept your name out of this for years. If I go down, I'm taking everyone with me. Sean too. Don't forget, we got footage. Footage. You heard that right." There is reportedly video evidence, something that was never meant to surface. Something that ties not just Sean Kingston, but a major hip-hop mogul into the shady deals, fake companies, and financial shell games that landed them in court in the first place, and the voice she was speaking to. According to multiple insiders, the number belongs to someone in Puff Daddy's inner circle. Now, let's pause. Y'all remember Janice's courtroom breakdown? Everyone thought she lost it. But what if that wasn't panic? What if it was a strategic, last-ditch threat? Sources close to the Miami legal system say new subpoenas are being drafted to trace back shell companies tied to both Sean's failed business ventures and parties connected to Get This Bad Boy Entertainment, to Rock Promotions, and to Ghost LLC that was dissolved in 2021. What does happening? And if that ain't wild enough, another court clerk just broke NDA and confessed to a shocking cover-up attempt that allegedly happened before the trial even started. According to this clerk, 2 flash drives were seized by law enforcement from a locked file in Janice's home, one labeled backup -2018 and the other in case they lie. Chilly. What's on those drives? That's the billion-dollar question. But word on the street is, it includes text threads with promoters faking ticket sales receipts for donations that were actually money laundering, and at least one recorded phone call with an industry executive promising protection if that audio is authenticated. This scandal jumps from courtroom embarrassment to federal investigation, and here's the wildest part of all: Sean Kingston might not even be the mastermind, according to a BuzzStorm exclusive. Federal sources now believe Janice Turner was the architect behind most of the schemes, with Sean used as the smiling celebrity front, a fake facade, a puppet in a designer chain. Which raises the question, was Sean ever really in control of his career? Or was Mama Kingston pulling every string? But don't get it twisted, just because he may not have masterminded it, don't mean he's off the hook. Insiders say the feds want them both, and they're preparing to press new charges related to obstruction, wire fraud, and conspiracy to intimidate a judge. Yup, a whole new case. And that's not all. Right before the courthouse shut down for security review, a mysterious man in sunglasses was seen entering through the back, holding a sealed envelope. He walked in, walked out, didn't say a word. Who was he? Some say it was a music executive sent to clean up the mess. Others say it was a government informant, and the theory that has social media completely unhinged. One Reddit thread claims that man works for the guy Janice was yelling about. Puff knows the house is on fire, and he's sending his people to make sure nothing else leaks. So, the cliffhanger, it's bigger than ever. What's on the drives? Who else is involved? Will Puff finally speak out, Tor? Will someone else fall before he has to? Stay locked in, because this courtroom circus has turned into an industry-wide earthquake. And the next move could bring down more names than anyone ever expected. Hugh, if your jaw ain't on the floor by now, are you even paying attention? Because this drama just went from messy to mind-blowing, and it's far from over. We're talking celebrity fraud, federal heat, deleted footage, secret voicemails, and now possible ties to one of the biggest names in hip-hop history. Y'all, this is like the Infinity War of industry scandals, and we've only scratched the surface. So now we gotta ask, what do you believe? Do you think Sean Kingston really had no clue what was happening behind the scenes? Is Janice about to flip on everybody and drag some untouchables into this storm? And let's be real, do you think Puff will ever speak on what Janice said in court? Or will this get buried like so many other industry secrets? Your hottest theory in the comments right now. Don't hold back. Are you Team Janice is the mastermind? Or Team Sean knew everything and played dumb? Is this a family scandal gone wild? Or the tip of an iceberg that could take down an entire network of shady artists and execs? And if you're here for the unfiltered truth, the insider leaks, and the real tea the blogs are too scared to post, then go ahead and slam that subscribe button because, baby, this channel ain't done yet. New episodes are coming with more receipts, more leaks, and more jaw-dropping twists than you can imagine. And trust me, you won't want to miss what's next. Until then, stay messy, stay curious, stay ready, because in this industry, nobody's hands are clean.